Yesterday, there were some ladies I was watching the launch of the BBI with. And everyone made fun of it when that lady stood up and offered mpango wa kando to the president. And there was a lot of jokes made about it. But these ladies raised some very important issues. Because it's a system that has just beaten down women. Let me ask you guys, and this is what I was told to ask you. What does your woman lack? No, when you look at your woman right now, what does she lack? That you feel the need to go for others. Who told you you're enough for her? What she does is vumilia you. Do you understand that? And I thought that's what marriage is about, kuvumiliana. When you look at your woman right now, what does she lack? Don't laugh about you getting other women. Sijui, there are more women than men. That is a lie, by the way. That statistic does not exist. It's roughly 50-50. There is nothing like 7 women to 1 man. That is a myth that is used to oppress you. But I want you to look at the woman in your life right now. What does she lack? That was a very interesting question I was asked yesterday. And I want to put it to you this morning. You assume that you're enough for her and that you're perfect with no imperfections. Sindio? Makosa ni yake, sindio? Sasa nataka uniambie hiyo makosa ni gani? Thanks so much, Linda, for asking that question yesterday. Because it's about time someone did. We even laugh about this infidelity like that and make jokes out of it. At the end of the day, I want you to tell me what your woman lacks, the woman in your life right now. And if you're in a relationship, ladies, ask your man, what is it that I lack? Akuambie ujue. What does a Kenyan woman have to do to be enough for you? One woman. Is it possible? Me, I don't even think they even wonder what you think as a lady. Because you're being told to your face that you're inadequate. That's what it is. That is exactly what they're saying. They're telling you to your face, you're inadequate for me. Hey, Linda, you were mad yesterday. But it's true. And I think we need to have this conversation. When you look at the woman in your life right now, what does she lack that you have to go and look for out there? You think you're perfect for her. No, you're not. She tolerates, she hangs in there because that is the objective of marriage, according to Linda yesterday. Oh, you spoke, girl. Give me a call on 0711-046-105. And ladies, also give me a call and tell me, is your man enough? Because they assume they're enough for you. You can drop me a voice note on 0703-346-105. Tafadhali. Hit me up on my fan page on Facebook. My Twitter handles are open for business. Because what happened yesterday, ladies, you were told you're inadequate. In fact, we need to put it in the law that now he can get other women because you're inadequate. You're not enough. That's what it was all about. Give me a call, 0711-046-105. Let's be honest. Let's be candid. Let's really talk about this. You think that you're perfect for her? No, you're not. Does she wish she'd get more from you? Of course she does. But why is she there? Because she made a vow. What does a Kenyan woman have to do to be enough? One man. What excuse are you hiding behind? What is it that you're looking for in another woman that she cannot give you or do for you? Juventus and Yesi, good morning. It's in modern women tend to mix up being proud and being arrogant of their success, not knowing their arrogance purely frames that success as the biggest achievement. And they want to chain us down to it. We need humble human beings. Are you humble yourself? Are you humble? Kanga Justin Kanga is saying it's not necessarily about lacking something. Sometimes it's prudent for a man to do some gene balancing and outsourcing. What do you mean gene balancing and outsourcing? Who told you she can't do that? The only reason she doesn't is because she perseveres. Hey, Martin Karube is saying women come in men's life to tempt him, to challenge him, to use him, to be a friend, to teach him love, and to be his wife. What do men bring on the table? Seriously, if you think about it critically. Lucy Paul Mamake Maina, good morning. You're saying ladies don't lack anything. It's these sons of pharaohs who don't get settled. So then can we be honest and just say, Sisi ni mafisi, and we move on to the next chapter? Because you need to justify this morning. Hello?
Hello, Maina Kageni.
Good morning.
Morning to my friend.
Yes.
Sasa. Naona uko na debate mzuri sana leo.
Asante.
Hii debate ya leo. Ambia wanawake wakubali tuoe wengi.
Kwa nini?
Yeah.
No, kwa nini? Give me a reason.
Oje itoshi bana.
No, so you tell me why.
Kwa sababu tuko 7 kwa moja.
Nani, that is a lie, and I can tell you for free that is a myth. That is not true.
Kwa nini ni lie, Maina?
It is a lie you invented to convince yourself and to satisfy your lust.
Hey, leo Maina unataka kuanguka mtihani bana, na hiyo ni ukweli.
Hakuna, they are not 7 to 1. No, they are not. But it's
Maina, leo unataka kuja saidi ya wanaume lakini unahepa tena.
Hapana. Sikuji pande yenu, jumi simuelewi.
Sawa.
Hey, hello Classic 105.
Hello Maina.
Morning.
Aisha mwenyewe yu hapa.
Yes, Aisha.
Nikuulize swali Maina.
Niulize.
Uko na magari mangapi?
Mimi?
Yes.
Kama 3.
Hiyo moja mbona lisikutosha utafute lingine?
Inanitosha lakini nikapata zingine 2.
Aha.
Sasa hebu nikuulize Aisha.
Niulize.
Una compare mwanamke na gari?
Hapana, hilo ni swali la kwanza. Swali la pili. Maina, kati ya kwa classic 105 mshahara unaolipwa pale, uko na kazi zingine ama ni hiyo peke yake?
Niko na biashara zangu kibinafsi.
Uko na biashara. Mbona basi kazi isikutoshe? Maina, swali la mwisho. Unapotoka hapo kazi yako leo, unapotoka hapo kwa kazi yako leo, kazi nyingine unaenda kufanya ama tu hapo kwa biashara, ama tu utakaa hivyo kingoja hizo pesa zifike?
Si nilikwambia niko na biashara zangu kibinafsi.
Sasa wacha nikwambie hivi. Mbona mlaumu wanaume? Mimi hata nikwambia, mimi mwanaume wangu hata akioa bwana bibi mwingine mimi nitashukuru. Manake wanaume wako hii dunia kujali maslahi ya wanawake. Wanaume ni watu ambao wanajitolea. Mimi mwanamke, ukiweza tafuta mwanamke huwezi jali maslahi ya wanaume wawili, lakini wewe ujali. Mimi nilimpongeza rais. Nikuulize swali. Huyo mwanamke, huyo msichana ambaye anasomea hapo Nairobi ama ni wapi, yule ambaye amejiombea, tunaona kuna mwanaume yote ambaye amemtafuta hadi mwenyewe ajitafutie. Na hilo ndio rais alikuwa anataka. Nipe macho mawili utamwona rais akimuoa. Na anapomuoa mwanamke ako stable. Mnasikia uchungu gani mwanamke anapoolewa? Ni uchungu gani mko nayo? Pilipili siowasha, kwa nini waila? Maina, jinsi wewe kazi zako utoshelezi na magari yako, jinsi utoshelezi na kazi zako, jinsi nguo zako hazikutoshi, hivyo ndivyo wanaume wako. Laiti Maina, laiti ungekuwa ushaoa, laiti ungejua utamu ulio ndani ya ndoa, wewe ungeoa hata 12 na kuambia ungejiita Solomon wa classic. Wewe hapa kwenye uko wewe ni hypocrite Maina. wewe nakujua vizuri sana, wewe ungeoa wengi, lakini kwa sababu tu ya tamaa tu, yani sijui ni tamaa au nini, uelewi. Mwalimu yuko wapi yake anipongeze, hata nimeongea point.
Hata yuko hakuja leo.
Ya ameenda kutafuta mwanamke mwingine, muongeleaje tosha. Hata mimi Abdalla akiweza tapata mwingine ndashukuru, manake kazi ya wanawake ni mingi. Hata ili mwingine mimi kifua huku leo, kesho mwingine anafua shati kule kwingine, ndashukuru. Sio mimi peke yangu hapa niko kufanya tu, kila siku yuko hapa. Hata aende kule kwingine, aende leave, aende off. Tashukuru hayo. Haya Maina, hayo ndio mchango wangu. Msalimia Tony Ras kutoka kule Ruiru.
Asante. Let me ask you ladies, isn't that a problem mentally? That's how low they've beaten you down. I want you to look at your wife, imagine, and tell me what she lacks. So we're asking Kenyan men a question this morning, because all the hula baloo about getting other wives and even inserting that provision in the constitution came up even yesterday at Bomas of Kenya. Why isn't your wife enough? Why isn't your wife enough? What is she lacking? Aisha. How many times have I called your name? Juventus Onyisi, good morning. You're saying we are polygamous and polygamy was passed on to us by our great-grandfathers. It's not genetic, Juventus. You cannot argue like that. It's habitual. You can't say we are polygamous and it was passed down to us. Genes are passed down to you. Justin Kanga. Saying Aisha alishamaliza hii discussion. Hebu cheza muziki. It's called social portfolio diversification. Kenya needs more Aishas to heal. Skiza. So you just say your feces. Just say I'm a feces and I run after anything in skirts. Then we just describe you appropriately and move on with life. This hiding behind this Jewy, there are 7 women to 1 man, which is total nonsense, eh? Go and check your population statistics. Dr. Sinjeroge is saying, I know I'm good enough. If I lack something, I must know for now. This gender never gets satisfied at all. Victoria Irene is saying, that's why self-love, worth accepting yourself and learning your own happiness is important. Listen to the Bible according to Martin Karobi. Dear wives, kiss him and tell him you really admire him as a person. Let your husband know you appreciate how hard he works. Tell your husband how good he looks in that shirt or that pair of boxers. Thank him for how he takes care of the family. So what are you bringing to the table? What are you telling her? Semeni nyinyi ni mafisi? You run after anything in a skirt? Then that is it. We know what word to use to describe you. And then we move on with life. Si maneno hii ingine yote. Hello.
Hello, Classic 105. Maina, how are you?
Good morning.
I'm very fine. Morning to you.
Yes.
Hey, my name is Maureen from Nakuru.
Yes, Maureen.
I'm fine. I first want to address that lady so-called Aisha. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that is degrading herself.
Exactly.
There is no day I will sit down and tell myself like I'm not enough for my man. I will never.
Amen.
Not even in my wildest dreams. I'm enough.
Yes.
And as we were created, we are not perfect. He himself is.
Hello? Kia. That's the word I was looking for. Degrading yourself. Degrading. Hello?
Good morning. I'd like to contribute to today's debate.
Please do.
So my 2 cents. I don't think it's really something that any of us lack because, to be very honest, no one is 100%.
True.
But I'll give you my personal life experience. So I was in a relationship with a man for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
And I think out of the 10, he cheated for all 10.
He cheated for all 10?
Yes. And I learned how to cook his cuisine because he was from a different culture, thinking I would be a better woman. I went online. I learned how to please my man, even in the bedroom. I stayed a humble wife. At one point, I was told to quit my job, and I did because that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
But he still cheated, Maina. But then I blame myself partly for it. Why? Because the first day I found out that he was cheating, Maina, I did not walk away. I did not make it clear that if this happens again, we are done.
Yeah.
So the fact that I gave him leeway to do that, I blame myself for it. It's selfish for him to not appreciate a good woman, but I also think sometimes we women allow our men to do the kind of stuff they do to us. Sometimes maybe it's because of your circumstances. You tend to think if you have children, they'll not be provided for. But it's not really a matter of what we lack as women, because no one can ever be 100%. He could be a good provider. He could be terrible in bed.
Yeah.
But if they make a decision to go out and get that extra thing out there, while some others make a decision to stick with it and work on what's not working. I don't really think it's an issue of what we lack. I think it's a personal decision. People just want to be with a lot of other partners, regardless of whether or not they are hurting their current partners.
So
it's not what we lack. It's selfishness and bad choices for me.
So you are the perfect wife. You learned to cook. You learned how to please him. You did everything, but still that was enough. It wasn't enough for him.
No. He woke up, left one day, left me and my children, moved into the other woman's house, started a family, and it's been almost 3 years now, and life has moved on. But for me, I was like, you caused this. Kikuyus have a saying, Gomenama kanego de zero, da de zero kwa Maina. Until I had had enough and I was like, enough is enough.
It is self-worth that you need to have as a woman.
Exactly. And every other time he would come back and tell me, oh, you're not doing this, I would work on it. Oh, you're not doing this, I would work on it. Not realizing there's so much that he wasn't giving me, and I didn't go out there looking for it in other men. Instead, I tried to talk to him about it. But because he's too busy trying to blame me for his cheating, I bought that shit for many years, Maina. For many, many years, until I was like, I deserve more, I deserve better.
You do. You deserve better.
And I think our women need to realize that. If you feel personally that you'll be okay with your man having other women, then go for it. But most of us are not okay. Let no one call you here and say that they don't feel bad, or they're not jealous, or they don't get hurt when their man cheats. So let's not kid ourselves.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Maina. Have a lovely day.
You too, darling. Having self-worth. When you allow yourself to be treated like a doormat, oh my God, they will wipe the matope on you. Trust me. Talking about this thing, and I think ladies need to understand it is a respect thing. Nothing else makes sense. Nothing. When he says he wants to take another wife, that is disrespecting you in your face. He's telling you to your face, you're not enough for me. Monique Kims, you're saying this gender that betrayed even the most perfect man was cast since the beginning. They're always confused and don't really know what they want. They only recognize she was good when she's gone. Selfish creatures. Kevu Mungo is saying we only miss the water when the well runs dry. We find good women who love us unconditionally, but we are busy chasing cheap clout and unnecessary attention from other women who cannot build us. But when you lose that woman, Dio inauma. Yeah, that's the thing. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's a respect thing. It's a self-worth thing. And ladies, you need to set the bar. You need to say this is a line that shall not be crossed. Otherwise, I'm out of here. We joked about it yesterday. We've been joking about it for eons. Well, like Linda said yesterday, it comes down to a respect issue. Hello.
Maina, Kageni.
Good morning. Yes.
Sasa Maina, these things, Maina, do you think these things happen like an accident? They don't have accidentally. Ati umeenda town, umeangukia wife and a second wife, like umeangukia tomato kwa barabara. No, Maina, these things you identify a woman. Munaongea ukiongea unaona this woman is an exact replica like mama watoto yangu.
So she's an exact replica. Why are you going for her?
No, Maina, umeenda umeongea umeona this woman can make another bomber for me.
Why do you want another bomber?
Because Maina, I can afford it. I can want to have children with another woman.
And you don't see anything. You don't see anything wrong with that.
There is, Maina, men are polygamous. Where men are polygamous naturally.
It's not natural. It's not genetic.
No, Maina, it's in us. It's in.
It is a habit you've taught yourselves, and you've justified it by saying your grandfather did it. That's not a justification.
Like in Maina, if I can afford another woman,
why can't you give the woman you have the world instead of going for another woman to afford? Why don't you take your current woman shopping in New York and London and Hong Kong 3 times a year instead of going to marry another woman if you can afford it?
And if I can afford 2 women to make them their world, Maina, is there a problem?
Who told you another woman makes your wife's world?
I'm saying, Maina, this is my point. It doesn't happen accidentally. Because if it happens accidentally, I can have like King Solomon 1,000 women. If we say men are polygamous, nitakuwa na 1,000. But huyu one selective, nimeona huyu mama anaweza tengeneza another bomber for me. Yeah?
Nakusikia.
Unanisikia?
Nakusikia.
Sasa huyo and the mama watoto wa kwanza lazima tukae chini tuongee. If she approves that's it. Hiyo kitu inakuwa familia. Yeah?
Okay, I'm listening.
Yes. Maina, usidhani ati hawa watu wako na bibi wawili, it happens ati ameenda town ameangukia. No, it's a process, Maina. And they feel they can afford it. And the first wife ile kufika mpaka inakuwa familia moja, it's a long process, Maina. Na ina happen. And most of the time ule first wife has approved it.
Okay. Yeah? Okay.
Haya, barikiwa Maina.
Thank you. You know, what is a man thinking coming to ask you if he can take another wife? How disrespectful. How demeaning. Because I'm telling you to your face, there's something I'm not getting from you. That's exactly what you're telling her. Ati seeking her permission. How do you even start having that conversation? Ebu have the final word, tafadhali. We'll close our discussion. It's been what a morning I've had. What a morning I've had. And ladies, do you see how your men think? You've got to realize what your worth is. The reason they do all this nonsense to you is because you let them. It's because you let them. The moment you draw that line and you enforce it, he'll comply. What a morning. And I hope you've learned something. And I hope you realize that you need to set standards. You need to say, hapa ni mwisho. Usipite hapa. Have the final word. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay. Now, this topic that you're having today,
Yeah.
I wish you could have it for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we really need to talk about how these men treat us.
You need to talk about?
How the men treat us.
Yeah.
I can give you my example.
Yeah.
I've been dating this guy for 5 years.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
So we parted ways a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
This man was, we were fine until it reached a point where if I raise a point, he will just get triggered, he will get so mad, he will start to go on a rage. He never wanted me to ask him anything.
Yeah.
So this resulted in silent treatment.
Yeah.
And the silent treatment used to go for 2 weeks, for 1 month, for, 2 months. And if I ask him, like, what is wrong, what have I done wrong, he never used to tell me anything.
Yeah.
So it went on and on and on to a point where he discarded me.
Yeah.
Another point is, while we were still together, this time I got pregnant for him, I miscarried. While he was giving me the silent treatment, so when I told him, okay, I've lost the baby, he got so mad and told me that you're a murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he called me a murderer and he didn't talk to me for the next 11 days. He came back to me, apologized, and said, okay, fine. I got pregnant for him again after a year. While he was giving me a silent treatment for 3 months, I lost the baby. He didn't say anything. He didn't even say sorry. He didn't give me any kind of emotional support. And then what happened after that? He kicked me out.
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
Yes. He kicked me out now. This is the time that I felt, okay, fine, maybe I'm inadequate because I didn't give him a baby. The next thing is maybe he said it himself that you didn't buy me a car. He kicked me out. He shamed me in front of his family, saying that, this woman, she can't even give me a baby,
Yeah.
Yes. So that's how inadequate I felt.
Do you still feel like you're inadequate?
To be honest, no.
Good.
To be honest, no. To me, I feel like he had a problem. He was a narcissist. He had a problem because all these rages he used to have, he used to get so angry, he used to tell me things, like today he's loving, tomorrow he's not loving. I came to realize that I was not the problem, he was the problem.
Yeah.
Because if you have a woman and she's pregnant for you, she loses the baby, not because she wanted to. How could you stand and tell her you're a murderer? Is that normal?
No, it's not normal.
It's not normal. And at that point, he doesn't give you any emotional support. He stays away from me and comes back like nothing happened. A man who can stand and tell you you're stupid, you're nothing. And then by the time he comes to discard me, he had stopped talking to me for like 3 months. And I kept asking him, if you found someone else, please tell me. He kept saying no. Then I came to realize he had someone else. So when I realized that, I said, okay, fine, I'm going to leave. But now he feels like, now he found someone better than me. But to be honest, there's no one who's going to be better than me because the things I did for that man, only God knows. And maybe if he feels like he found someone better, I don't think whether God is happy with him.
True.
I don't think so. And I don't think whether he's going to have a better life than what I was trying to make with him.
Well, at least now you value yourself.
I really
And now you know the standards you need to set for your next relationship if there's going to be one.
Very well.
But you did the most important thing, which was leave him, because that was super toxic.
Yes, it was really toxic.
And I wish you nothing but the best, huh?
Thank you so much.
Nyema.